Hello, dear friends. A warm and heartfelt welcome from the most beautiful location in the world, Cyprus, Peru Place. I am Peru. Yes, as you know, I absolutely adore variety, and today I find myself in the mood to slash some zombies and tackle the challenges of survival in the apocalypse. Therefore, today, after quite an extended period, we have made our return to State of Decay 2, the Juggernaut Edition. Indeed, it has fundamentally reached the conclusion of its life cycle by this point. No more updates and such because State of Decay 3 is already on the horizon, so perhaps this is exactly the right time to play it again. Let's do this now. If you like it, don't forget to show some love, give a thumbs up, ring the bell, and of course, subscribe if you want to. Alright, then I would suggest let's swiftly establish a brand new community and commence our journey. So, first we have the dilemma of choice. Where do we start our journey? You know what? I'm feeling rather adventurous today. Let's just spontaneously transport ourselves to an entirely random location. So, and now naturally the most crucial aspect are resilient survivors. At this moment, I am eager to ensure that we embark on the most optimal beginning conceivable. This signifies that we shall naturally select individuals who possess an additional fifth skill. I will place significant importance on expertise in gardening, chemistry, mechanics, and medicine. These are all incredibly useful attributes, supplementary skills, and indeed I trust that's an excellent decision then, alright, because all the other aspects here such as shooting, fighting, and cardio, they develop all those throughout the game here. Observe, that's already quite fascinating. Individuals who bear a resemblance to Sunshine Felgenhauser, well, regarding cardio, I believe it would be beneficial to have them engage in some jogging for a while. Indeed, however, she possesses a strong presence of mind, and she already boasts 2 stars in fighting, shooting, and 4 stars in chemistry. I would assert that she is an excellent choice. So, what additional information do we possess? Geek expertise is entirely impractical. Cleanliness and medical knowledge here are indeed significant. Dear Peter Pedro Guterres, correct? Hospice nurse, experiences discomfort at social gatherings. Trustworthy companion, appears intriguing yet dependable. The associate doesn't appear too unfavorable either. 1 point each in cardiovascular endurance, mental composure, and shooting skills. Well, we can still level up fighting, but he already has 4 in medicine, and medicine is quite important, especially at the beginning. I would say, let's not waste any time. We'll keep him in, then we're just missing the 3rd member of the group. Culinary arts, handicrafts. Are you well acquainted with each and every episode of Friends? Or what precisely is the situation? Individuals genuinely invent a multitude of various things. Gardening yet again. Personally, I would favor mechanics. Gardening, in this post-apocalyptic scenario, there are no mechanics available. They have become extinct. Is there even such a concept as provision cooking? Chemistry, you cannot even commence to envision it. Brewing coffee, indeed, quite precisely. Yes, we have ultimately arrived. Aiden, what was able to endure on a train? Wordplay, captivating, intriguing, presence of mind twice, engage in combat once, fire once, 4 mechanics. Indeed, I am confident this is a community with which we can initiate our efforts. Therefore, I would suggest that we proceed to begin. Again, we're totally out. So, whose turn is it to find more fuel, not me? Last time I almost got ripped apart by a feral. I have a better idea. We could settle down here instead of moving on. I must admit, it appears significantly better than the previous couple of towns we passed through, now that you bring it up. It indeed has a somewhat homely feel to it. It's settled. This town is where we'll set up our new base. We just have to find a spot that's defensible. I would express it as no sooner spoken than accomplished. We are commencing our mission. A brand new home. This is our vehicle. Wonderful. Is there anything extra in there that we might potentially utilize or bring along with us? Indeed, we can proceed to allocate responsibilities or distribute baggage right here. So how did everything proceed once again? Oh, that's right. Here, boom, I will take the second one. Indeed, not someone who betrays others, correct? I engage in a bit of that as well. I see there are already several comrades assembling back there. We endeavor to remain as inconspicuous as possible. Just up ahead is quite remarkable. Merely 80 meters to our new dwelling, I believe that's quite satisfactory. We shall stealthily maneuver around the vicinity with the aspiration that it bypasses us, allowing us to eliminate it from the rear. Observe, there is a screamer positioned back there. Oh no, this is not good. So everything we're doing here doesn't matter now. We all have to proceed with it regardless, because if he starts screaming, it will already be too late. Thank you very much. That was the very last thing we required at this moment. Now let us initially proceed into the encampment here for our protection. What's going on outside? He has acquired it, he has obtained it. Therefore, that encompassed everything. He just unexpectedly emerges from behind without any forewarning, takes control of the whole structure, and interacts with the claim location. Indeed, this is meant to be our new dwelling. Where is it at present? Here we are. Let us establish the entire vicinity as a campsite. Quite pleasant. So she asks very courteously if I'm investigating a new area. Very considerate. Now we first need to unload our baggage here. The associate also still has a backpack on her back. Where is it? Where is it? Good morning. Where did they go? Where did she just throw it into the corner, or what exactly transpired over there? Can't you just dispose of the sack right here? No, she cleverly concealed it. She's quite the adventurous individual around here. All right, let's proceed with the delivery. Inventory is perpetually crucial. Without sustenance, there is no battle. You understand the situation. So, what actions are necessary? Our ammunition reserves are completely exhausted. We require a watchtower, and we must repair the damaged facilities. Now we possess the option to utilize a lookout point. Indeed, we ought to do that. Survey the surroundings. Oh yes, we should certainly tidy up here, otherwise no one will be able to rest. You can handle that while I'm away, companions of the sun. Hello, could someone kindly attend to this? Well, I'll accompany a colleague and mademoiselle can prepare the beds initially. Now we need to determine where we have a lookout point. There's one marked over there, approximately 250 meters away. Okay, so now with some perspective, since we haven't engaged with it for an extended period, it's still an incredibly beautiful game, right? I must admit, visually, it's quite impressive. Let's enter the tent. I was anticipating we'd discover some supplies there, but there's a gathering here, several of them. Fortunately, I brought reinforcements. We don't need to conceal ourselves much now, correct? That was slightly bothersome just now, but it's manageable. Now I observe we have a camp here. It appears to be a medical camp. We could potentially transform it into an outpost. Let's examine what we can acquire here. We perpetually require materials in the camp. We still have a substantial amount to construct, as you've observed. What's here? Whole container to search through. Oh, absolutely, indeed. That is a very nice firearm. Now, incorporating a sound suppressor would not be a bad idea either. I do not enjoy shooting in the game whatsoever, as it generates excessive noise, you know? The colleagues truly tend to respond to noise, but with the suppressor, that would be an impressive improvement. In fact, we might already have the opportunity to claim this location. I believe that if it is indeed possible, we ought to proceed with it, as a place equipped with medical care facilities is truly advantageous. Conditions not yet met. We need 300 starships. We only have 220 trouble. Sir, is there anything located back there? Just to ensure we haven't overlooked anything before we proceed forward. All right, I do not wish to see anything further. Let's determine if we can maneuver around him and then approach stealthily from behind, as he is currently entirely engrossed in his own thoughts. He won't remain in his right state of mind for much longer, but at this moment he is still fully present. He turned to the side now, so there was no more sneaking up. I observe that we have supplementary training opportunities accessible here. Indeed, there are ample zombies for everyone, enabling you to comprehensively test everything within this environment, and yes, it genuinely operates effectively. There is another colleague situated back there. Oh, observe this. How cunning. He is reclining in the grass and believes he can deceive me in this place. Ah, he is presently consuming his meal, and I am not particularly fond of interrupting such an activity. However, this particular situation is not acceptable. All right, let's get a full overview. What's back there? A plane. Oh, wow, we really need to, everyone, we must check it out. What precisely just transpired? Why am I ascending then? That was just slapstick, wasn't it? So, I actually don't have anything to discuss with you right now. I just want to climb up the ladder here. Yes, thank you. Indeed, the area is somewhat limited for 2 individuals, but you are obstructing my path. Let's examine it. There is the crashed airplane. Indeed, there appear to be several intriguing things present here. Yes, there appear to be several fascinating items here, including a vehicle that is parked here. Abandoned storage facility, hidden stash, roadside vehicle repair shop. Ah, a military outpost. That could certainly become one of our strategic operational bases. Well, we will need more than one anyway. The only question is, which one do we start with? I must have inadvertently overlooked something. Are you currently positioned there in front of a fellow colleague, or is there a question mark shaped rocky peak? I would sincerely lean more towards the airplane, as I am genuinely enthusiastic about it. Nevertheless, on the other hand, it is quite evident that we also require the essential materials. The wreckage isn't going anywhere, right? Nevertheless, at this particular moment, possessing an adequate supply is absolutely crucial, and we will have an additional party pack accessible here shortly, correct? I believe we're embarking on a rather significant detour through the tall grass in this situation. It's entirely acceptable to occasionally steer clear of a confrontation. Perhaps we can address the others individually at a later time, but confronting 4 or 5 opponents simultaneously at this moment isn't essential. Let's aim to maintain everyone's well-being from the outset and avoid losing too many team members or risking our own lives immediately, so I'm opting for a cautious approach. Certainly, it is somewhat snug, yet it appears to be packed with materials that we seized just a single time. However, we require the entire bag in this particular location, the item of our longing. Certainly the colleagues back at our home base are eagerly anticipating the forthcoming arrival of the newly discovered construction materials. Naturally, we will transport these materials back to our main base. While we could potentially designate this particular location as an outpost, I personally find the medical post to be of greater interest. I would prefer to wait until we have accumulated a sufficient number of points, allowing us to proceed from this point. Indeed, from here we reach the wreckage. It's nice and there's a lot happening here. These aren't the same colleagues. Here we meet another screecher. I really hate those creatures. I truly despise them. When they begin landing, the entire area will become quite packed here. Absolutely, so he certainly will not be contacting any of his colleagues anymore. It appears that it has been quite some time here, the most recent flight. Is it possible for me to enter there? Really? But I can walk around it, right? Wait a moment. Oh, there is already something existing here and quite a rather delightful hat. So do I consistently end up on this specific button? Oh well. Well, madam, that seems to have been a passenger, right? It's quite terrible, isn't it? You managed to more or less survive the crash only to meet your demise there and then wander aimlessly as a zombie for the remainder of your undead existence around your aircraft, which is certainly not pleasant at all. We must end such misery. Alright, an additional weapon, that's certainly beneficial. I am capable of equipping both items. Please hold on for a brief moment, then Peter should take responsibility for a few things and we are able to provide him with a weapon. I shall take this specific one. Do we presently possess 9mm cartridges? Well, those particular items are still lying over there and we shall pick them up in just a moment. Alright, we will equip ourselves with the assault rifle or whatever it precisely is. The ammunition we require is a 12-gauge cartridge. Truly, a 12-gauge cartridge. I wouldn't have anticipated that, but anyway. 556, hold on a moment, 9mm cartridges. We do not have the optimal ammunition here. Let's examine this. It is a 9mm cartridge, so we shall provide it to the colleague, so at least he possesses some firepower here. His weapon should be 9mm, if I observed it correctly. Yes, hold on a moment. Apologies, I am a bit confused right now. We haven't played this in such a long time. We still need to equip him with all of this, otherwise it's pointless, right? However, at this point, we have already encountered the subsequent crate. Is there anything additional? I believe we truly cannot gain access to the wreckage at this particular location, which is rather unfortunate. What exactly is it that he wishes for at this moment? Well done, colleague. There is another crate that I happen to observe by chance from the corner of my vision. What is that? A pilot's cap in a deep and rich midnight black hue. Oh, I believe that is absolutely everything at this particular location. Well, I would highly suggest we proceed towards our home. What exactly is he presenting to me here? Is there anything left in there? Did I miss something? I intended to convey that I had extracted absolutely everything from this location, feeling somewhat perplexed. Just a brief moment, please. So this is our designated home marker. Oh, so that's my specific marker that I set, I assume, or at least that would logically explain it. Well, we're heading back home, and on the way we'll see if we have accumulated a sufficient number of points to utilize the medical base. As I mentioned, that would genuinely interest me. In a zombie apocalypse scenario, I believe it's not a bad idea to consistently have medications. The colleague has it under control, so I don't need to be concerned about it. Great. Nevertheless, once again, our comrades are swiftly moving around this vicinity. Always maintain your composure, and everything will eventually turn out well. I consistently appreciate how attentively they gaze into the distant horizon. Is the individual on the left already down? Not that he gets up right away. Let's thoroughly check him just in case he unexpectedly gets up. I really do not appreciate such jokes at all. Absolutely precisely. I merely intended to express that, all right, indeed. That was my designated waypoint. I simply wanted to ensure certainty. Well, then we shall proceed to navigate our way to the encampment and subsequently make our way back home. Indeed, I have already managed to eliminate a few of our group, but regrettably, this is merely the commencement, and we must acknowledge it as such. We are merely getting started, and unfortunately, the zombies are active. Greetings! No complaining here. We are still lacking 70 points, so I genuinely desire to secure this position. Everything is fine. I have already dismantled the door, so you need not concern yourself with that any longer. Oh, that's excellent. The colleague was already diligently working while we were away, but we certainly won't be outdone. We're not returning home empty-handed, particularly now that I observe the car marking. It would not be unfavorable if we could locate some gasoline, perhaps a few toolkits, so we can get our vehicle operational. That would be excellent. However, for the moment, let's take some time to enjoy ourselves a bit. We were planning to switch characters for a short while, but actually no, let's not proceed with that just yet. Let's begin by placing our belongings down initially, the ones we presently have. Oh dear, where is it again? Ah, there it is. That is our storage locker. At this point, let's store all the items that are not necessary for us right now. Regrettably, I was unable to acquire the ammunition for the rifle, which I find somewhat bothersome, but we do possess the necessary materials. What do we have in our possession here? A crafting book, which is essential for furthering our education, mild cigarettes for calming frazzled nerves. It is also possible to utilize a sledgehammer in the capacity of a craftsman. In this situation, our esteemed colleague Peter carries the essential items on his back. Certainly, and we shall deliver them immediately without delay. Certainly indeed. Therefore, let us focus on our newly established encampment for a little while now. We require ammunition, and we also need to construct a watchtower. Let's start with the watchtower right away, I'd say. Now that we're already partially armed, it makes sense. Workshop, morale, training, defense, and the construction of a watchtower. Indeed, it is essential that we evaluate the number of available positions we have here and ascertain the quantity of materials we can already make use of. There we have the first call for help. Certainly we shall verify soon if I possess the time for it. Here we can build another facility. I would first build a medical station. I think that's important. So yes, that is it for the moment. If materials are available, how does it appear with the beds in this area? We currently possess 4 of them, and that is satisfactory. So theoretically speaking, did you accidentally hit your finger, or what exactly just happened there? Well, in theory, we can already begin the process of recruiting someone here. First, let's find out what our comrades need from us now. We've got a request for help, and we'll also come across a vehicle on the way. Certainly. Let's move forward. It's not far either, 190 meters. So that was our vehicle, correct? Indeed, that's quite nice. If we have the appropriate tools and an adequate amount of fuel, we won't need to walk a long distance to get it operational again. I believe we should engage in some trimming here, so let's not turn it into an elaborate hide-and-seek game. There it is. Indeed, my health is not precisely at its optimal state at the moment, but I do still possess some bandages. Health is of utmost importance. Therefore, let us visit our colleagues to observe how they are faring and determine what they may require. Companions are consistently beneficial, and allies prove to be perpetually advantageous. Engage in conversation with Ellie. Anyone accompanying Ellie should also engage in dialogue. Our stockpile of these specific samples is dwindling. If you are able to procure additional quantities, we can provide gasoline as compensation. As I previously stated, there is absolutely no issue. So, as I have mentioned before, it's already circulating around this vicinity, you see all over the place. There is undoubtedly a plague heart in close proximity. That means we will. This might be one here. This could be one here. We need 2 samples. Indeed, absolutely no rehearsal session. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. But there are a few wandering around here, so there must be someone here who will drop us a sample. It's dark here. Stealth mode activated once again. No inspection. I'm starting to take this personally. I almost missed seeing the colleague just now. Caught them out of the corner of my eye. They don't want to give me a sample. What's so difficult about donating blood here? Oh, that one. Indeed, here is the plague heart. We shall mark the location at the very start of the game. No, we will not proceed with that, as it remains excessively dangerous for me. I still need to come up with a strategy for that. As I said, we haven't played this in a long time, and maybe that's why I now have better ideas, or at least different ideas to approach the whole thing. Oh, here is the car. Certainly, let us proceed with an experiment. Kindly come over here. Now only one person has dropped a sample again. Dude, we need 2. Take 2. You know that, right? At least we have ammunition. Unfortunately not the right kind, but well, someone will be able to use it. But again, no toolkit or anything like that. Frustrating. That particular location over there seems to closely resemble the campsite. Where is an overinflated one? I consistently find myself pressing the emotions button. Is that regarded as distasteful behavior? I genuinely couldn't see it very well just now, man. Yes, this blood cloud here really tends to obscure the view at night, doesn't it? So, what kind of position do we have here? Yes, we can only loot this place, but we can't claim it yet. Not yet, because of the plague heart. At this moment, there is actually quite a large quantity of clothing here. Oh, look, there's an additional vehicle. Alternatively, we shall proceed back to our residence to deposit the clothing here, and perhaps during our journey, we might acquire the second one then. On the way, we'll grab the second blood sample, the plague sample. We need to eliminate some of the baggage here. I'll retain the plague sample with me. Concerning the items currently in our possession, my colleague will naturally assume responsibility for everything that I am unable to carry at this particular moment. Don't complain. So now we have enough ammunition, and indeed many types of ammunition. That implies there will hopefully be a diverse range of ammunition that we can effectively utilize. Where precisely is our hometown situated in this location? I didn't even notice the penultimate ones. What sort of name is that anyway? Oh dear, please hold on a moment. There's another colleague over there. Perhaps he might be able to provide us with a sample, because have we already completed that task? Definitely not, of course. Of course not. If I press the emotions button once more, I'm concerned that I might have to scream. Wait a moment, do I already have 2 such samples? Do I already have 2? No, kindly bring both of those samples. Yes, however, we do not possess 2 as of now, so that situation might alter soon. Here are several candidates eagerly seeking attention. We would also like to accommodate this particular request, Raina. Is that you? No rehearsal. All right, let's take a stroll through the lush greenery here. Yes, there is the second rehearsal. I love it when a plan comes together. That signifies we can accomplish it swiftly, as it's merely 70 meters, then we'll swiftly dash through and seize the fuel here as well. Subsequently, we will have successfully completed the mission here today. This is an excellent beginning. Moreover, we have acquired our initial allies. I didn't want to speak with Ellie. Please hold on for just a moment. We indeed possessed it. Didn't he successfully retrieve the specimen? Are you joking with me at this particular point in time? Are you joking with me right now? Please, no joking around. Don't tell me I accidentally left them behind. That can't be. Certainly, he is not going to misplace anything once more. I will never have to encounter him again in my entire life. What a significant inconvenience. Well, I don't need to start looking for the sample in the bushes here at night. We shall head home initially, and even though she remains lying there, oh, thank goodness. So, now then, everyone, could you please explain precisely what is occurring in this situation? It is about time we proceed to head home. So let's swiftly assist our colleagues here with the epidemic samples. Here you are. Absolutely, I sincerely hope that you will share the detailed recipe with us. Yes, precisely, thank you very much. So they are going to share the recipe with us, which is incredibly kind. Did we get anything? No matter the circumstances, we have loyal allies, and that was definitely worth it. Perhaps at a later time, we might be able to recruit 1 or 2 individuals from the team to enhance and fortify our group somewhat. However, at this moment, we are finally making our way back home. Colleague Rum, I don't really care about him right now. I want to make sure we get the things here safely home. I am convinced that we were quite successful in our initial looting expedition. Nevertheless, we have not yet discovered any fuel or a toolbox. Not at this moment, because having a vehicle would undoubtedly be beneficial, particularly for exploration purposes. Absolutely splendid. Subsequently, we shall proceed to transport the remaining belongings to the storage locker as well. So, as I mentioned earlier, we require 12-gram cartridges, but these are 9mm cartridges, so we actually don't need 12 grams. Do we have anything like that available somewhere? We need to check if our colleague might have them. We did hand over quite a bit to him. Hold on a moment. 12 grams? No, what exactly is this here? No, 9mm. I believe I would prefer to provide the colleague with this larger firearm, specifically the 7.62mm caliber. These are the ones right here, alright? And he can manage the storage of the remaining items himself. Let's change the character briefly. We can handle that storage. He requires the 7.62mm caliber, as that is his designated ammunition. We can manage that storage. Regarding the smaller firearm, such as the signal pistol, since it is a sidearm, let's hold off for the moment and evaluate what options we have with the sidearm. I have not truly had the opportunity to work with the sidearm extensively, but indeed, where is our storage located at this moment? Do I have anything in my eye at this moment? Where did my campsite disappear to? The assessment appeared somewhat peculiar. The situation seems quite hopeless, folks, but we have acquired new friends and some new materials. Although we still require additional building materials, those will eventually come. Sometimes one must feel a bit down. However, it's preferable to feel down rather than entirely hopeless. At least a small progress, friends. That was our start in State of Decay 2 with our new community. I hope you're excited for more. If so, give a thumbs up, ring the bell, and subscribe to the whole thing. I would be happy if we see each other again in the next episode. That's it from me for now. I say thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.